Have you ever walked alone at night and felt like something was watching you, something ancient, something not human? What if I told you there's a creature hidden in the shadows of Irish folklore, a being that can take any form it wants, that can befriend you or break you, a creature so feared and revered, even the wind whispers its name? Púca. This isn't just some fairy tale from the hills of Ireland, no. This is a being that embodies chaos, transformation, and mystery. A shapeshifter born from the very edge of our understanding. And what if I told you the Púca might still be among us? This video is not just a story, it's a deep dive into a forgotten legend, a warning from ancient times, a question of what lies just outside our perception. So sit tight, because once we enter the world of the Púca, there's no turning back. The forests, the fog, the sudden silence in the air, these weren't just natural elements. They were alive. In Ireland, people believed these places were haunted by beings from the otherworld, and none were more unpredictable, more enchanting, more terrifying than the Púca. The name alone stirred superstition. Spoken in whispers near the hearth, or muttered when crops failed, or when a man didn't return from the forest. Because the Púca didn't just scare you, it changed you. They say the Púca could appear as a sleek black horse with glowing golden eyes, or a raven that followed you for days, or even as a beautiful human, seductive, charming, until you looked into its eyes and saw something else. It wasn't just about fear. The Púca was about transformation. It played with your mind. It could guide lost travelers to safety or ride them through the sky all night long, only to throw them into a ditch come morning. It was a trickster, a god, a ghost, a spirit. No one truly knew, and maybe that's what made it so dangerous. It had no rules. But why did ancient people believe in such a creature? Why does this legend survive even today? The Púca came from a world where nature was alive, where every river had a guardian, every mountain had a soul. Back then, humans didn't dominate the earth. They respected it, feared it, and lived beside things they couldn't control. The Púca was a symbol of that chaos, that wildness we've tried to bury under concrete and science. And yet, the Púca refuses to be forgotten. Even today, in some remote Irish villages, farmers leave parts of their harvest untouched, a gift for the Púca, not out of faith, out of fear. Because when the Púca isn't honored, strange things happen. Livestock go missing, storms brew out of nowhere. People vanish for days, only to return confused, dazed, with no memory of where they've been, their eyes haunted. And maybe the scariest part? The Púca can take your form. Imagine a being that could walk into your life as a friend, a lover, even you. That's the kind of power the Púca was said to hold. A shapeshifter that didn't just pretend, it became. But legends don't survive for centuries just because they scare us. They survive because deep down, we know they speak to something real. Maybe the Púca is a metaphor for change, for chaos, for the darkness we all carry inside us. Or maybe it's still out there, watching, waiting. After all, some things aren't meant to be understood. Some are just meant to be respected and feared. So now I ask you, have you ever seen something out of the corner of your eye? Something that felt almost real? Ever had a dream that didn't feel like a dream, more like a memory from another world? Maybe, just maybe, the Púca paid you a visit. But what do you believe? Is the Púca just an ancient myth passed down from frightened villagers, or is it a real force that still slips through the cracks of our world? Let me know in the comments. What's your take on the Púca? Have you heard similar shapeshifter stories in your culture? Maybe you've seen something you couldn't explain. And if this gave you chills, if it made you think twice before walking alone at night, then do one thing. Hit that like button, subscribe for more untold legends, and share this with someone who dares to believe. Because this world is full of stories no one talks about, but we will. Stay curious, stay cautious, and maybe leave a little offering next time you pass a dark forest trail, just in case. The Púca is listening.